Buckingham Palace, is it about to be sold off? Hi, good morning, Neil Sean here in the heart of London. Thanks for joining me today. Thank you all brand new subscribers too, so many and too many to mention. Welcome to many people from Canada, yes I've noticed you, South Africa, Belgium, Norway, the Netherlands, of course the United States, many here in the United Kingdom also, and all around the world. You're all welcome. Thank you for joining me, and I do hope that you're enjoying the shows. Keep the comments coming, it's lovely to see them all. I know exactly what we're all getting up to on a daily basis. Well, you kind of know what I'm getting up to anyway, don't you? The reason why I'm at this splendid traditional English pub, the Duke of York's, is simply this. If you're a star spotter, then this really is the place for you. Or indeed it was, because way back in the 50s, 60s and 70s, when huge stars used to appear at the theatre next door, the Victoria Palace, you could often find in this pub, seriously, the likes of Liberace, Lena Horne, all the greats when you think about that sort of, big star names, Bob Hope, Jerry Lewis. If they were appearing in a royal show, they all used to congregate in here. And I can also tell you as well, upstairs sometimes was used as temporary dressing rooms because there wasn't enough, literally, in the theatre. It's well worth a visit, as I always say here in London, if you're popping around. And as you can see, the stage door is next door. So for those that had nerves appearing in front of our royalty, it was quite handy. Nip out the stage door, get a stiff drink, and hopefully calm your nerves and get back on the stage. But as ever, back to your royal story of the day. Now, I don't know if you've seen this particular story breaking, all about how the royals may secretly plan to sell off Buckingham Palace. Now, that's caused something of a bit of a furore over here, simply because right now there's been millions of pounds spent on that, trying to renovate that particular palace. Now, just to give you a bit of idea, the palace itself has not been renovated since the 1940s, particularly the electrics. And I've seen this myself, I've had a tour of it. And when you see the sort of things that they find under the floorboards, that sort of stuff, of course, you've got to remember, it's a very old working royal palace. But what is the true story about the royals wanting to sell it off? Well, as ever, we like to bring you the exclusive news first here on the show. And as we've told you recently, Prince Charles's plan is to streamline the monarchy. Now, does that include royal palaces too? Well, it looks that way according to very good sources of mine. This is simply because Prince Charles, along with all other senior royals, don't really have that much of an affection for Buckingham Palace. The person who really did like living at Buckingham Palace was none other than Queen Victoria. Now, apparently Queen Victoria liked it because she wanted to escape her mother from Kensington Palace. And of course that gave her lots of rooms to hide in. You can understand that feeling, girls, right? Particularly when you're young. Now, Prince Charles basically feels that, yes, it could still remain a part working royal palace, but also vast majority of it could be turned into a royal museum. Now, this has been welcomed by quite a few people, and I actually think it's a really good idea. For those that have visited our wonderful capital city, you will have noted that Buckingham Palace, along with many other historic royal palaces, are open at certain points during the year. Buckingham Palace always been the best for me because of the history, all that sort of stuff. But of course, Prince Charles feels that people should be able to see more of it and more often. Clever move by him, because naturally that makes a lot of money for the royal purse and then self-funds the royal family. But this will not be happening anytime soon, particularly while we still have our gracious Majesty the Queen with us. She's not very keen on that particular idea and believes, of course, that it should remain a family home of sorts. Her Majesty the Queen will go between Windsor Castle, which she considers her main London base, and spending 2 to 4 days a week also out at the re-renovated Buckingham Palace. So for now, whatever you're reading, it doesn't look like Prince Charles is going to be getting his own way anytime soon. As we often say here, Mom knows best, right? Neil Sean in the heart of London.